There's a snare. Hey, this is Dana, your friendly neighborhood wildlife biologist in his name outdoors. Hey, if he can save me, boy, that's a bright sun. He can save you. So this is kind of day 2, episode 3, because I did a little video on what I caught yesterday. So I'm now at the lodge area. I've set so far on this site 5 330s and 4 snares. I'm going to show you the snares, the 330s, kind of explain how I did this, what I was looking at. So way up there is where I caught one this morning. It was caught it in a crawl over, going over the dam. Did not catch anything on the dive set. This is a snare. I've got a snare there. I've got a snare there. And just to show you the castor mound. That is a castor mound from a beaver. That's one they did themselves. And then there's another smaller castor right there. It's a little mound of mud and junk. And then there's a castor mound down there on the edge of the bank. So with this one, I don't use a lot of other castor around the lodge, and this isn't a very active lodge. They're in there right now. I don't like to use 330s next to the lodge. My reasoning is I don't want to have a dispatched beaver and a 330 right next to their lodge. That's just my feeling. Look, I could set all these with 330s, been 3 times faster. That's just my personal feeling. So I set a snare there, and it is tied off very tight to the tree. You can see it there with 2 things of wire. The reason it's very low and I notched the tree is that beaver's going to be alive, and if he starts chewing that tree, he's probably going to be chewing, up a little bit, about right there. So it is tied with 2 things of wire, doubled very tight to that tree, and the tree's notched a little bit so the wire can't move. Then you can see how I did it, and it is 2 fingers off the bottom so it's free flowing. I don't want to mess with it because I've taken a lot of time getting it. Same thing with that snare. That snare is tied off to this tree. You can see it tied off right there. It's notched. See the notch I made? Wired, double wired in there. Because if I catch that beaver in that snare, he's going to just be all wrapped up in this stuff. You see how active that is? It's a very active slide right here. So that snare is 2 fingers off the ground, off the bottom at least. But it's about the size of my hand. When I got here this morning, all this was really wet. So they were using it. So what the beavers are doing is all this mud you see packed in here, that's just basically new roofing material to keep water and stuff from getting down in. So they'll just put mud all over it. See, that's still got a little moisture. They did that last night. But that's dry. That's dry. That's got moisture in it. So they're just patching their lodge, making it mud. And folks, when I'm walking around, they say that's their beaver, that's their home. This guy built a pond to go fishing in. And the beavers have been drilling into his pond dam where his pond dam is collapsing. Can't even let his grandkids go walk down the edge because they could fall into a hole, hurt themselves, break a leg. He built this pond for recreational use, and the beavers are kind of slowly just destroying that pond dam. And if he has to redo this pond dam, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. Look at the video of the Franklin site. I'll see if I can pin it, of an inactive lodge. This is a very active lodge. All right, there's another snare. Another little snare right there. And this snare, instead of tying off to a tree, I call them disposable anchors down in there. So it's not coming out. And there's just a little swim snare. And that's pretty deep right there. That comes about up to my knee. But then you can see how active the beavers are going up and down right here, sitting on the top, just bringing mud up to make it more waterproof. I mean, that's really good lodge right here. So I've got that. Right up under that stick is very deep, and I've got there's a dive set right up under that stick. And I've got it tied off to this tree. And what I tie them off with? Catfishing twine. Coated catfishing twine, because I can put it in my pocket. I used to use cables. I don't use cables anymore. And I've got a dive set under that. Now I want to show you something. See how clear that pond is? See that mud? See the mud? See the mud? That's active runs. And it's really hard, and it'll be a U shape. So the U shape is where those beavers are constantly going in and out of the same spot. So I put 330s down there on a dive set just because they're using it all the time. And this video is getting a little long, so I'll kind of finish the rest of it up. And then over here, I've got another dive set. You can see my two sticks holding it up right there. So that's a dive set under those trees. It's so there that it goes really deep and comes back up. So we're having to go under those logs. And then finally, I've only used caster twice. Don't ever overuse caster. I was always taught that. So I made my own caster mound just to bring scent. And I'm a good bit away. I'm 25 yards from the lodge, back in here, trying to force a beaver to come in here. And I put some caster on the end of that little cattail leaf. And it's just got that scent to go through the air. So that's how I set this side up. I know it's a little bit too long. Got all these set. I'm done setting. I got to go rake some dams. So hopefully I'll have something to show you tomorrow. Well, I know the landowner wants me to have something to show him. All right, 2 pond site, episode 3, day 2. I'll be back tomorrow to check it. Y'all have a wonderful day. In His Name Outdoors, subscribe and follow. Y'all make a wonderful day. I am. Thanks, bye. Yeah, you can see that mud right there. That mud and all that mud. Beavers that just tells me exactly where they're going. All right, bye.